Assalamu alaikum.
You may be seated. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, to whom all praise is due, and I forever thank Allah for our leader and teacher, Messenger Elijah Muhammad, peace be upon him. I thank Allah for giving to us such a man that would put this problem over.
Yes, sir.
It's got to be solved.
That's right.
And with his words and teachings that he has taught Messenger Elijah Muhammad, we can solve the problem.
Yes, sir.
I thank you for being present, the few that is here today, although we don't look for everybody to come out all the time on the worship day. But if we had a lot of people, we wouldn't miss 2 or 3.
That's right.
But we don't have them. That's all right too. Allah will do his work.
Yes, sir.
Now, my dear brother and sisters of the FOI and MGT and GCC, we don't have any lost funds, right?
That's right.
They stayed home today too. Okay, well, we at home.
That's right.
Blessed be the name of the God of Elijah.
Yes, sir. That's right.
You know, I like to read something, as I always said. I always got something I like to read.
Yes, sir.
I like to do that.
Right.
This time I'm going to read to you a question and answer in lesson number 1. Lesson number 1. It's very short. Question. It's number 7. Question. Why does the devil call our people Africans?
Yes, sir.
Why does the devil call our peoples Africans? Answer. To make our people of North America believe that the people on that continent are the only people they have and are all savages. He bought a trading post in the jungle of that continent. The original people live on this continent, and they are the ones who strayed away from civilization and are living a jungle life. The original people called this continent Asia, but the devils calls it Africa, to try to divide them. He wants us to think that we all are different.
That's right.
That's the end of the answer. Now there's a lot in there. There's a lot in that question, and it's in the answer, rather, to that question. To make our peoples of North America believe that the people on that continent are the only people they have and are all savages. Now, that's true. They call us African and Negroes and colored people before the coming of Master Farad Muhammad. We didn't understand the name Africans because we had never been back to that country.
Right.
Now we can fly there like everybody else can. And we had no knowledge of the people that lived there. He never taught us that. So he wanted us to think that the people on that continent, which is Africa, is the only people we have. And we did tell people that the people in Africa were savage people.
Yes, sir.
We thought they was that way by the teaching of the devil to us in the schools here in America.
That's right.
The messenger tells us here that he, the devil, bought a trading post in the jungles of that continent. What about that trading post? That's another thing that is not answered in this portion of the answer to this portion of the question. In the jungles of that continent where he bought his trading post here to trade with the original people of Asia. And that was as far as he could get. That time he couldn't go any farther than Africa at that trading post to do trading with the people in the Eastern world. So he bought that post there in the jungles. So the original people live on this continent, still mentioning Africa. And they are the ones who strayed away from civilization and are living a jungle life. In that part of Africa there is where the people strayed away and they become to live that jungle life because they were people who had came there thousands of years before. And by them living such a jungle life, that is where that you have heard me say that they almost went insane.
Yes, sir.
By living on that continent in that portion of Africa. That is the place wherein that the devil always cite us to make us to believe that our people lives here is the only people that we have. When we have people on other continents, we have people on every spot of land on this earth.
Right?
So, but these here, he don't want you to know anything about anybody else, but just these. And these are savages. We used to see people coming from Africa to here back in the 20s and so on like that. They come here, but they were people that was highly civilized. We didn't know that. We didn't know what civilization and civilized meaning about the people in other countries. We thought we was the only civilized people, and we would call those people crazy and savages in Africa, and when they come here, they could speak more language
Yes, sir.
than we could.
That's right.
Due to the fact we could not speak nothing,
That's right.
not even this one. But those people come and they could speak 6 and 7 different languages. If you would ask them, they would tell you. But we didn't even have sense enough to ask them how many languages could they speak. Therefore, that makes us today to understand and know that it proves what Master Farad said, that we are the ones that live in the jungles.
That's right.
If they live in the jungles on that continent, then it is we that live in the jungles on this continent.
Yes, sir.
Because we live among two kinds of beasts.
Yes, sir.
The wild beast and that beast that says that he's civilized. So we just in a terrible condition.
That's right.
So it was us that strayed away from civilization long years ago by following a scientist down into Africa. So today they call us crazy and we call them crazy because now they have developed more knowledge than we have. We've been here 400 years and they've been there about 50,000 years.
Yes, sir.
So they develop more than what we develop when we come here because they hit us in our forehead with an axe.
Yes, sir.
And that axe means a person that has been killed, all of the knowledge taken away from you, and was destroyed by an open enemy.
That's right.
Who had, as we say, bust our brains out.
Yes, sir.
With the mallet, which is in masonry.
That's right.
That's the lick that was hit here. That is the one that killed Hiram Abeth.
That's right.
Was the one that hit here. When he cut him from ear to ear, as he said he would do, that didn't kill him. When he emptied his stomach with his child, that didn't kill him. Well, he didn't do it. He just told him that he would do that if he didn't give him the password. So the password he never gave. His word was bond. He didn't give it till the temple was complete. So that's the same here. The password here. It was given to us before we build a temple. So by we saying, have not you learned that your word shall be bond regardless to whom or what, right?
Right.
All right, now I give you the password. I have told you how to do. I have told you how to work for self, how to build for self, how to build your house,
That's right.
how to do this and how to farm and how to do all of these things for your own self. Now I trust you with the word. I trust you with the word.
Yes, sir.
So that you could go ahead on and meet whomsoever that you wish. You got the password.
That's right.
And the password is Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sir. That's right, brother.
So that is what that man's word was to them. So now our people themselves are calling themselves African Americans.
Right.
Afro-American.
That's right.
Now you can't be an Afro and then be American if you is a foreign man.
That's right.
Because you don't have any papers. You can't find a black man in America that have papers to permit him in this government.
That's right. That's right.
He don't have them. Where is your papers that says that you is a citizen? Only thing they say you was born in America, and that made you citizen. Mama and Papa was foreign people. That can't make me a citizen. Because every person that come to this country have to go to the state or the city they resides in and get their papers renewed every 6 months. And if they don't go, they are not called a citizen of this state. So that is our fault today, believing that our people were savages. If we had just undertaken and said, look at us, just because he talks a little tight tongue, I can't talk at all. Just look at us. We are the people that was strayed away from civilization. And we came here by being kidnapped.
That's right.
We're going to go on with our subject today. I hope we'll finish in a few minutes. It's not much. It's already plain talking.
Yes, sir.
The subject we started, he makes all things new. He, Allah, makes all things new. We find now, as we start to quote some of his words until we have finished, we will go back far enough so that we will understand that we are still on the right course. Who is he? No. Let's do it this way. He did not intend that you have the knowledge of the scriptures. Speaking there about the devil, sending preachers out, the devil did not intend for you to have the knowledge of the scriptures. He makes all things new. Who is he? He is the Son of Man. Not that one that came here.
That's right.
And not another one that would come if he came. The Son of Man is made part of both people, the black and white, so that he may be able to deal with both people justly and righteously. Now here in the Bible, is it prophesied that something other than man is going to do something for man that will better his condition or even to destroy his existence? The prophecy, as they prophesy, it would be for the good. It would be for the good of you and me. Even though the others under such condition that must be destroyed and we get destroyed with them, it still will be better for those left. Other than another man. Therefore, nothing that we see in the animal or fowl world, or in water life, or this planet, on this planet. I'm making too many mistakes here looking at this. I better get these changed right quick. in water life on this planet has the power to lead or to guide us. We can't look for, he's saying that we can't look for anybody else to come to us, regardless of what world that he come from, to guide us. There is none in the other worlds of life who has any interest in us at all. Well, that proved it. It proves its own self. That there is none in the other worlds of life who has any interest in us at all. If so, why didn't they come and do something for us?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Why didn't they come and teach us of ourselves? Why didn't they tell us of Islam? Why didn't they tell us that we was brothers and sisters?
That's right.
Instead of us walking around and somebody call us brother, we look back at them and say, I ain't your brother.
Right.
Don't call me your brother. And they did it. And they still do it.
That's right.
There is none in the other worlds of life who has any interest in us at all. They are not giving brains. They are not giving brains that will think in terms of man or interest in man and his affairs. That's in the other world. He makes all things new. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, must make all things new in order to bring in a new government. Now we cannot say that the messenger is wrong. We can't say nothing about that, only say that it is right.
That's right.
Because who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and God in his person must make all things new in order to bring in a new government based upon freedom, justice, and equality and righteousness to displace the world of evil and unrighteousness.
That's right.
So he's going to make it new, Master Farad Muhammad, according to this, what I have just read to you. Nobody else is to come and do so. Some trying to make all things new. Like the brother told me that if he could use his creative minds, he could even write another Holy Quran. And how could he do that?
Right.
Well, I told him I'll hang up on you if you don't shut up.
Yes, sir. You told him right. Yes, sir.
That's foolish.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
Sure is.
That's a savage
Yes,
act.
sir. That's right.
Let's continue. The world of evil and unrighteousness has no base for Allah God to build a world of righteousness upon, or to make new heaven or a new earth for the righteous. There is nothing that we can see that is based for him to make a new heaven and a new earth here in America. Like what he wants to make for us. We can go about and build whatever we want,
Right.
have whatever we are trying to have. But what can we do? We can't make a new heaven.
That's right.
We can't make a new earth. We can make a little heaven here for us,
That's right.
but it's not a new heaven for everybody on earth. So he's going to make a new heaven and a new earth. The father of the white race, Yaqub, did not put the basis in his race to make a world of freedom, justice, and equality. No, he sure didn't. Because they don't give you freedom, justice, and equality.
That's right.
So he's out of his base if he do so. He got to stay in his base in order to have it for himself.
That's right.
Nowhere in this world of the white race are there freedom, justice, and equality and righteousness. The father of the white race, Yaqub, did not put the basis in his race to make a world of freedom, justice, and equality and righteousness. For the black man already has a world
That's right.
Yes, sir.
of freedom, justice, and equality before Yaqub made his unrighteous world to oppose our world of righteousness. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
We already had a world of righteousness before Yaqub was born, before he come about. We already had it. Now we made him to oppose that righteous world. He opposed it. And by opposing the righteous world, that made Yaqub then to be the father of the devil.
That's right.
But he was not a devil.
That's right.
He was a black man and was a god. He understood Islam and he had all knowledge of how to make these people when he come out of school. Because it came to him at the age of 6 years old. So Mr. Yaqub, you could not make another righteous world. It was already made.
Right? That's right.
So you go ahead on and make your little devils over here so they can oppose the righteous.
Yes, sir.
And they can't do that for always, just for a little while. Then we're going to take all of you off the planet, Yaqub.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Arabs thinks it is something grave to talk about a new Islam. Why, certainly, brother. What have you been going through for the past 6,000 years? Under the rule of the devil. Now to reject the righteous one, who not only brings about a new mind and a new idea and a new life and a new change, as the Holy Quran teaches you and me today, is fatal. It is not that the base of Islam is wrong. I say this time and time again, that the belief in one God, that the Bible and Holy Quran prophesy that you must have, is true. The belief in one messenger or shepherd, as he is sometimes referred to in the Bible, stands true. You will no more have any gods to believe in. But, well, Christians, but where both Christians and Orthodox Muslims are wrong in that belief, the Christians believe in the return of Jesus to take part in the resurrection, which is contrary to the truth. The Orthodox Arabs teaches believe that what Muhammad gives is sufficient forever. Certainly, it is the truth forever, but it does not mean that we should be looking for Muhammad's Holy Quran to just take wings and become a man and come among us, whom the Holy Quran would not prophesy that a new nation, a new generation would be born if that which was received, the Holy Quran, was sufficient to convert the world. Now we get more. The past, I didn't stop in there for one reason. There was nothing to stop for. He was telling you what it was. Same as I tell you, says in the kitchen is the food, in the kitchen is the water, in the kitchen is the zinc.
Yes, sir. Teach, Prince.
You got no need to stop. Just keep on. You got everything there in the kitchen. Go on in there and fill your belly full.
Yes, sir. Hey, teach, Prince.
So we today, in reading what the messenger says, very little that you have to stop at it and get some more words with it of what that he didn't write. Very seldom. Because if we did that, we would be going wrong.
That's right.
If we take up that which we have seen and heard and knowing that is the end of it, then don't take it and carry it someplace to try to make people think that you got something.
That's right.
We don't have nothing.
That's right.
We have to use what the leader gives,
That's right.
the messenger from God. We have to use that. The Holy Quran was sufficient to convert the world. Today the world is more opposed to Islam than ever in a manner of speaking. Yes, sir, that's right. It is true. Today most everybody of different denominations of religions is confused, and they would like very well to condemn the religion of Islam.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
Many of them together. But they can't do it. There's no way for a person to condemn Islam, because if he tried to condemn the Islamic religion, he's condemning self.
That's right.
And if he don't know self, then he will condemn his own self all the time.
That's right.
For the Islamic world is having confusion over the very principles they have been teaching. If they are having confusion over the principles that they've been teaching, why not ask somebody to straighten it out for them?
That's right.
But they don't think the black man in America has sense enough to straighten out anything.
That's right.
They want to straighten you out
Right.
and me. The principles, the 5 principles in Islam is not to be changed. You don't change the principles. The same it is with you and me today. We cannot change the principles and the basics that Master Farad and Messenger Elijah Muhammad put us on. We can't change that.
That's right.
And the ones that try to change it, he finds that he's barefooted in the brains when he starts it.
That's
Right.
right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
confusion over the principles. There is one part in one of them that says believing in the unseen, one of the principles, saying believing in the unseen. I believe in the unseen. Christians believe in the unseen. Well, you say the unseen God does not exist, John. He don't.
That's right.
But you just said you believe in the unseen. I do.
Teach pretty much.
But I don't believe that the unseen God do not do exist in spirit, in spook form.
That's right.
I believe, as the Quran and the Bible both teaches, that in this principle that God is man.
That's right.
I believe that. Now, the way we prove this is, you never seen Bush, right?
Right.
You saw his picture.
That's right.
You didn't see Bush.
That's right.
You saw his picture.
Teach.
All right, now we never seen the picture of God.
That's right.
Now did we see God?
That's right.
But we believe there is a God,
That's
right?
right.
That's the Christian's idea, right?
That's right.
My idea, I don't know about yours, my idea is this. I seen God.
That's right.
If I had never seen God, I would be just like you today. Somebody have to convert me into the teaching of Islam in order to make me to believe that the God does exist and the God is man.
That's right. That's right.
And what makes it more powerful, we have that which we can go back to, which is the words of the messenger Elijah Muhammad. He says to us, whenever that you look into the mirror, you are looking at God,
That's right.
That's right.
which is a truthful thing. Now, if you walk away from the mirror, just back, keep backing back till you get out of eyesight, where you can't see yourself, but you believe you're in the mirror. Wake up some night without the light on. You know where the dresser is at.
That's right.
Go and stand in front of the dresser and put the light on. You know that you believe you was there. But yet, you didn't have the knowledge that that was God I was looking at when the light come on.
That's right. Teach pretty much. Yes, sir.
That is what he's telling you, that God is the man. Well, what did the God invent? Now, what did he make? The Holy Quran and Bible both says everything that is between the heaven and the earth was created by him. It goes farther than that and says everything that is in the present universe was created by God, whose proper name is Allah. Let us go farther, because we want to finish this one today. They have gone so far off the path themselves that they cannot correct or establish a return start for the future of Islam. I'm speaking about those that he had mentioned in other words here on the other side of the page, talking about the Arabs, they of their belief in their in their principle. They believe that in the principle of the God, that he is entirely invisible and cannot be seen at all.
That's right.
I have had black Orthodox Muslim tell me that you can't see Allah. I said, I know you wrong now, because the one I saw was Allah in the person.
Yes, sir.
I know that. But they believe in the unseen in a different manner. They want to say he is a spirit someplace. Well, if he was a spirit, then how is Muhammad coming back?
Right.
Who's going to bring Muhammad back to us? Now, if we believe in the unseen, will Messenger Elijah Muhammad come back to us and we have seen him? No. He won't come back, because the messenger said to us before that he passed. He said, the dead is never known to return from the grave.
That's right.
And that is a fact. That's a fact. You can't find one person, no place on top side of green earth or in the universe where that a man came back from the grave.
That's right.
And I pray Allah, if they do come back, that I don't be near the grave.
That's right, brother.
You're right.
You're right, brother.
They don't want to believe, as the messenger says here, that a new Islam. It is new to us. It's new. And again, it is new to every Muslim on the earth of this, that Master Farad Muhammad, this Islam, the new Islam that Master Farad Muhammad brought and gave to Messenger Elijah Muhammad. It is a new one. How do you say that it is new completely? I say it because to make one thing new in a religion, you got to make the whole religion new. For people to not to have falsehood. Now, what's new that Master Farad gave us was the whole thing. He made it known through the messenger that the Holy Quran, here, this is one I've got my hands on, that the Holy Quran and the Bible has did their work. Now it's time for a new Bible, a new Quran.
That's right.
Although yet he says that it will not expire until after about at that time 980 years, 9,980 years to come before it expires. It has did his work. All right, if it will expire at that time, and that is not in this time, what are you talking about? He is saying people will talk about the Quran and what was happening in this day until this complete 25,000-year history cycle has complete its journey.
Yes, sir.
You getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
What I'm saying about the completion of the 25,000 years is we make history once every 25,000 years, and this one here has not expired
That's right.
in the 25,000 years. But it did do his work when it got to Yaku and you. We don't find nothing else. Now comes the Lamb and God.
Yes, sir.
I won't get through if I keep with that, so I have to stop that portion of it. I won't get through with this part. I want to get through with it. I want to tell you something else. I didn't think it was going to take me 10 weeks to tell you what I'm talking about. He makes all things new. Everything will be changed. Everything. Muhammad, Messenger Elijah Muhammad, he says, and the days of Allah God, the coming of Allah God, and the days of Allah God, and what he can do. The Holy Quran also prophesies that the messenger and Allah God would be as one person together. Now, this is the thing that has got people all balled up by other leaders, believing that Elijah is not dead.
Right.
It's right there. Right there, they take that part, saying that an Allah God would be as one person together, him and the messenger. They can be as one person together. But this man is dead. He has already did that work by the work that you see today. If he had not believed and been with Master Farad Muhammad, we never would have got this. Who's going to do it? Because Master Farad, who came, who Allah come in the person of him, he said that if to the messenger, he says, if it had not been for you, Elijah, I would have never came. Told him those words. Now, if he had never came and we had been over here 400 years, who's going to bring us anything?
Right.
These tramps haven't brought us nothing.
That's right. That's right. Teach people.
But they think they brought something.
Right. Right.
The same as they sit there, this devil that went to Mecca, that they wrote in the newspaper,
Yes, sir.
thinking about that he went to Mecca there, and the greatest sight he had ever seen. I guess it was. All the people there, he had never been around 1 million people before.
Right.
All right, now, dog, if you went there and you enjoyed such as happiness there and the Spirit of Allah was with you, when you come back, will you be the same man? I'm talking about white folks.
Yes, sir.
No, you ain't going to be the same.
That's right.
He get in his neighborhood and he going to call you nigger and everything else.
That's right. Teach it.
That's a white man. That's a devil.
That's right. Teach it.
Yeah.
Teach. Talk about it. Go ahead, teach me.
And here we are going to say now, the messenger is physically alive. How can you believe that? They went and spent $20,000 for his casket, put Elijah in. would do that by a $20,000 casket to put poor little John here in and then tell somebody I'm over there?
That's right.
I'm here in this casket. They ain't gonna spend that kind of money. No. Because they can, when I'm dead, you can just go out there and dig a hole and say, go ahead, John. Boom. Throw me on in there. I don't know nothing about it.
Right?
If I don't know nothing about the undertaker sticking needles in my body, how would I know about going in this hole here?
Right.
No. Well, you see, your spirit. No, I ain't got nothing inside of me, just like you. I was born by my mother, gotten there by my father, just like you.
That's right.
That's right, brother.
That's right.
No beast didn't do so. Come to the plain facts, another woman didn't do so.
That's right.
It was my father did it, right? Am I right, sisters? Sure. You got children, you know what I'm talking about. And here he is going to say, Messenger Elijah Muhammad on Mother's Plain, he's exalted Christ. That's the foolish thing I ever heard a leader talk. You know, I never heard a leader talk that foolish before.
That's right.
The exalted Christ. Messenger Elijah was here and heard people say that, he would slap every last one of them in the face.
Yes, sir. That's right.
He fulfilled Jesus, the messenger did. In this manner, the name Jesus means justice. And we had nobody that ever come to us with justice before in our whole life in the 400 years in America. We had not a man to bring us justice and teach it to us that we should have justice for what we have been doing here. That's Jesus. That's what he was teaching. He was not the Christ. How could he be the Christ? Christ means to crush. He didn't come to crush down the governments and tear it up and drop bombs on it. That was not for Elijah. He couldn't say be and there it is. That wasn't for him. That is for the God himself. He said he would do that. I heard it. Looking in his mouth when he said it. It's a pitiful sight, pitiful thing to see black people so foolish that they believe in what some person say, and they haven't seen Elijah good yet.
Right. That's right.
Never seen Allah, never heard his voice. That's why in the Bible it says that you have never seen God nor heard his voice. It ain't talking about those that did see it. It's talking about them that didn't see it.
That's right.
Or heard his voice. Plenty of people never heard Master Farad's voice. Plenty of people never seen Master Farad. Plenty of people never seen Allah. I mean the messenger.
That's right.
That's right.
Plenty of people never seen him. But they believe in the unseen.
Yes, sir.
Now, where did I get myself at? I have to ask one that is seen and have seen. I have seen and heard. That's what one of the prophets in the Bible said. He said, I have heard and I have seen. And I think that was Job. When he said to God before he died, he said, I have heard of thee. Now my eyes see thee.
Yes, sir.
That's what Job said before he died. That's the unseen.
That's right.
He believed in the God that he hadn't seen so dearly that he would lay in the ashes all with sores all over his body.
That's right.
He had that belief. He said, I will not curse him. His wife thought that she could get him to curse God because he had not yet seen God.
Right.
Job said, speaking like a fool now.
That's right.
I ain't going to do that. No. The same as myself. What I have done. I have taken the Christian Bible before people and stand on it and ask the Christian God to come down and do something to me. I have did that.
That's right.
And I'm still here.
Yes, sir.
He haven't slapped my face one-sided.
That's right.
No. He can't because he don't exist, and I knows that.
Go ahead. Teach it.
Wait a
Right.
No, I ain't gonna stand on Holy Kawad and say no.
That's
I'm
right.
scared of that because I seen the God.
Yes, sir. That's right.
No, you can't get me to do that. Who saw the Christian God? Listen that. Let's go in. Listen at what the messenger teaching us here. He says, the Muhammad of 1400 years ago, the Muhammad in this prophecy is a man.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you love a thing, you just love it, that's all. The Muhammad of 1400 years ago, the Muhammad in this prophecy, meaning in the prophecy of Muhammad 1400 years ago, is a man in the resurrections for the Muhammad of 1400 years ago knew nothing about us in this day. So it's the Muhammad in the resurrection in this day. Who is that Muhammad? That Muhammad is Elijah.
That's right.
In this day, in this time, he was resurrected. And my eyes saw that. I saw Lazarus coming up out of the grave. I knew a lot of his life before the coming of Master Farad Muhammad. I know he was a dead man, just like you and me.
That's right.
So the prophecy here is talking about that man, not Muhammad of 1400 years ago.
That's right.
Resurrections. Muhammad was said to could not read and write in his history, right?
That's right.
All right, if he couldn't read and write in his history, he could speak the language. Listen, he could talk the language. But this man, he was so dead, Elijah was so dead in knowledge of Allah that he couldn't even speak no language. Blind, deaf, and dumb. Put that book down, brother. I don't mean anything bad. I don't like for people to read as I talk about it. Go home and read it. Okay? Thank you. The same as sometimes I don't like for people to write certain things that I say. They would want to go out and talk about it. You know what I mean? He said this and he said that, and they can't prove other. They can't make it known of what they have written with an understanding to the one that did not be present and heard what was said. When you get outside and they abstract you sometimes, it all goes from you. That's why a lot of people don't join or be converted into any religion is because when the air struck them on the outside, that's a different thing. You can take a mad man, a man that's mad in the house. If you walk out in the air, it'll change his disposition.
That's right.
So the resurrection is Elijah Muhammad. Now, the Muhammad of 1400 years ago, he tells us that he didn't know anything about us. That's true. We were right there next door to him in Africa.
That's right.
Right there in Africa. And he didn't know a thing about us. What did he know? You don't find where he wrote anything about it, about us.
That's right.
He didn't even go there. He called us Negroes. Muhammad of 1400 years ago, he called us Negroes. And Negro means nigger, right?
That's right.
And nigger is a dumb piece of blunt iron. He had a minister by the name of Bilal, a black man, that he called, some of them called him nigger. And by him being so much learned better than the rest of them how to say the prayer, then Bilal would say the prayer for Muhammad.
That's right.
They used to have bells just like they used to have bells here in the Catholic churches here. You could hear a bell every Sunday morning, every evening when they go into this or that in their church. Bells start ringing. They used to have them here. You don't hear them no more. Muhammad stopped the bells in his time too. So the bells in the coming of this Muhammad, we didn't have to stop them. They stopped them themselves. They had them up until 1930. That I do know, because I didn't live but a block away from them. Hear the bell ringing to come to service on Sunday morning. Come to service in the evening time, and very soon you see a street filled with hunkies going to prayer. And what was he going to prayer for?
Right.
He was still the devil when he went in, still one when he come out.
That's right.
So the Muhammad of 1400 years ago, we forget about him. His book was to the Arabs mostly and to the Jews. Read it.
That's right.
Read it good and see where you at. Do you find the Asiatic man in there? Find the original man in there? And there's one place in there where Muhammad says that for you to obey those that in authorities over you, even if he was a Negro, it's in there.
That's right.
That's what we find out, but now that's all finished with. Now when we come to the Bible, then we find ourselves as a sheep, a jackass,
Right.
mule. And now somebody got to tell you what the meaning of that. We just are lost and found people that was one time so dumb and crazy nobody could tell us anything. I don't say one time. It's now time.
That's right.
1400 years ago, Muhammad knew nothing about us in this day and time. How could he prophesy about us? We were too far in the future. The prophecy did not mean, the prophecy did not prophesy that he would come back to teach us. He cannot teach us.
That's right.
Not Muhammad 1400 years ago. He can't teach you nothing. If you come here nothing, listen at me, you say Muhammad didn't know anything.
That's right.
And that's a fact. Because some of the words that is written in the Holy Quran means now, and Muhammad didn't know nothing about now. And in fact, the book, by being expiring, it have did all that it was to do for you and me.
That's right.
Now we got to have somebody that's new. And here it is right here.
That's right.
That's new.
That's right.
Muhammad didn't tell the people back at his time that white folks was the devil. He didn't say that black peoples was the original man of the earth. He did not say that God is man. Muhammad ain't known nothing. He was another man that was, I would say, a dumb prophet to the people in this day. And due to facts, Master Farad said he was not a prophet.
That's right.
He was a warrior. And when you read his history, that's all he did was fight.
That's right.
He could only give us a book to read, an Arabic Holy Quran. The Holy Quran teaches us that Allah God would rise up a messenger from among the dead. From among the dead. He would rise this man up. Then if he's going to rise him up from the dead, then Muhammad, you was not the last messenger.
That's right.
But you said so. The book says so, that Muhammad was the last messenger. But God did not say that. He said that he would rise up a messenger in the last days. And the last days is now. You living in the last days.
That's right.
You mighty right, brother. You can lay down at night on the gun and go off anytime.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And that's not a unseen man pulling the trigger either.
That's right.
Spooks do not shoot guns.
That's right.
Unless he's a black spook. And he got to be a man.
That's right.
Man, woman, man, boy, woman, or girl to pull the trigger. Cats and dogs don't shoot guns.
That's right.
Rise one from among the dead, the so-called Negro. Can we prove anything about they wanted one from the dead? Yeah, we can prove it by when Lazarus was sitting in Abraham's bosom. Listen, when Lazarus was sitting in Abraham's bosom, not this bosom, not a bosom like that. Man can't get in, man better not try to get in my bosom. So the Bible lied if he meant this. No. He was not talking about sitting in a man's bosom. He was talking about in the bosom of the knowledge of that man. Because Lazarus never said anything. He never opened his mouth while he was with Abraham. So the rich man, when he died, he went to hell. When he gets there, he looks up into heaven. Look how they fixed this thing to trick me and you. He looked up into heaven and he seen Lazarus sitting in Abraham's bosom. And the preachers made women and men just shout.
That's right.
When they get to that part of his text, oh, they would shout. He's sitting in Abraham's bosom. Now, in your mind would focus that a man really was sitting in the bosom of Abraham, making you to believe that.
Right.
Make belief. As they talked to Abraham, the rich man said to Abraham, said, let Lazarus put his finger in some water and drop one drop down here on my parching tongue in these flames. The messenger said to me, he said, brother, man can't drop no drop of water down through flames and he's there burning and on a man's tongue. Said, the drop won't last that long. And that's true. He way millions of miles away and he gonna drop a drop of water down there. When a cloud get ready to rain, one drop of water, it comes near to you in order so you can get that as a drop.
That's right.
It can't stay up high. Got to come lower than what it is. It's too heavy. Messenger said he couldn't do that, brother. He says all of that is lies that the white people put in the book to make you believe it.
That's right.
And we believed it.
That's right.
All of it. Now look, he said to Abraham, he says, let Lazarus go back to my brothers. I got 5 of them back there. He said, let Lazarus go back to my brothers and tell them, don't come where I'm at because I'm in these flames. Now Abraham wouldn't let Lazarus speak not one word because he knows what he will do. Lazarus was a type of us.
That's right.
He was a beggar anyway, and that's what we are.
That's right.
Beggars to white folks. So he wouldn't let him say nothing. He was slaves sitting up there with him. Not up there. Don't think about up there anyway. Forget about up there.
Right.
It's down here.
That's right.
Lazarus was a slave. That's why he went to the rich man's gate. He didn't know no place else to go but to his slave master. Just like our people here. Look, all of your great leaders of black people in the Christian world, where do they go when they get ready to beg for something? Go to your slave master, the white folks.
That's right.
And they'll sit there all day and all night and beg for crumbs of bread. And there's a great big wide open space field out here. Get you some coin with a stick and make a hole on there and drop some coin in there and bring up your own bread.
That's right.
Crazy black people. Let Lazarus go back, tell my brothers. Then Abraham said to him, he said, Lazarus can't go back there. Neither can he come to you. There's a wide gulf between you and Lazarus. You can't come to him and he cannot go to you. What is he meaning? He's a Muslim now. He ain't coming to you.
That's right.
He ain't coming to you now, man. See, he's not your slave anymore. He in his own religion. He's in his own nation now.
Right.
He ain't coming to you. And he's not going back to your brother. He ain't going back there to tell them nothing. He said, the rich man said, Abraham said, they got Moses and the prophets. Let them hear him. If they want to hear something, let them hear Moses and the prophets that they have. The rich man wasn't satisfied. This is what he answered Abraham. He said, yeah, but if you send one from the dead, see, both of them supposed to be dead now, you see. They talking in their language. There ain't one in hell and none in heaven. Yeah, but if you send one Abraham from the dead back there in that world to my brothers, they'll believe him. Then that's why Abraham says, no, he can't go. There's a big wide gulf between you. He can't go. Why would he believe that dead man coming from the dead? White people will believe a black person far more faster than they'll believe their kind.
That's true.
You can walk down the street and the one is lost, don't know where to go. He'll ask a black man or black woman, where is such street?
That's right.
Before he'll ask the white one, because he know this nigga gonna tell me the truth.
That's right.
That's right. But brother, there's a gulf between you now.
Right.
This is between you and him.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Islam is between you. Don't you think that you can get around it. Never. You can't get out of this universe. You can't get out of it. And they knows it. And they knows they cannot get out of it. As Master Farad used to say, we can wait as long as we wants to wait to kill the devils. Why you can wait as long as you want to wait? Because he cannot walk off of this earth. You ever seen a man walk off of this earth? No. No. You can't do it. Get on a football and try to walk all the way around it. The great big one that anything great big and this round, and you try to walk all the way around it, something that can hold you up in this round, you can't do it. Now try and walk off this earth, and it's not as round as a ball. It's just like made like an egg, and you still can't walk off of it. So he makes all things new. This is a new Islam coming to you and I today. A new Islam. It is so new that it makes wise men walk backwards and think, what is this black man is now talking to me about? He's telling me I am God. He's telling me that I am the devil.
Right.
He's telling me that all things that's in the heaven and the earth was made by him, and we haven't made not one grain of sand.
That's right.
And can't make one. But he said he made it. All praises is due Allah in new Islam. We make and we create according to our will. We hear and we think according to our will. Oh, yes, we do. Our day is in this day. This is your day, and don't leave it. Get to the temples of Islam that's following Elijah Muhammad. I don't say just go to a temple. No.
That's right.
Just because they say they got Islam there. No. I say the one that is following Elijah Muhammad. Go to that temple.
That's right. That's right.
And when you get there, search him out. The leader at that temple, search him out. Who are you? Where did you come from? What makes you to be teaching Islam? Search him out. Because there are some teaching Islam as they claim it, but they never say it's the new Islam that Messenger Elijah Muhammad said that come to us. They teaching something that they want you to bow down and worship them.
That's right. That's right.
That's why we don't have nobody here.
That's right. That's right.
Sure. I had on me a turban and a dress, shawl, nice high panel leather slippers of what kind I'm going to wear. Stand before you here and tell you that I'm Joshua, I'm Elijah, I'm so many of those different peoples in the Bible when I am not. When I am not. Now, every person, according to what Master Farad Muhammad taught us out of his own mouth, this book and the Bible both, we are written on every page. But you got to get it out. The messenger said to me one day, riding in the car, he was looking at the people. He says, you know, brother, you remember what Master Farad taught us? I said, what was it? He says, everything that he teaches to you, you got to study it and dig it out in the meanings, because a lot of it is meaning twofold ways. He said, that's the devil there. He pointed at that devil while he was driving. He said, that is the devil. Now, I knew that. Then he looked around at me. He said, you can change overnight and be a devil. I said, but you said that was the devil there. Now, I can't go back into mama and come back here again like Nicodemus was talking about. He said Nicodemus was a wise man, brother. He said, don't think Nicodemus was a fool at no time. He said, that's how come he met Jesus at night, so that nobody else would hear that conversation about the people that was in darkness.
Yes, sir.
I shut my big black mouth right quick, because I never did talk back at him. And he knew unless we be together, you know something, you know what I'm talking about, how the brothers will talk to brothers. But when it come down to the real McCoy, no. When I would talk to him, my voice did not go higher than his voice when I speak. He could speak real low. Well, when I speak, I might get lower than that.
Yes, sir.
And that is written. That is written, I said.
That's right.
No. Speak not louder than he that God have put before you. That doesn't give a honor to that one. Argue not with that man that God has put before you.
That's right.
That does not show light. That shows that you are trying to put out his light.
That's right.
And Allah, cut your tongue, clear out your mouth. What I mean, not take a knife and cut it. You chewing on it and you cut it out yourself. Yeah.
That's right.
How can this be a new Islam today and we integrate ourselves with Jews?
Yes.
How can this be a new Islam today and we make ourselves to be that which we is not? So he says, I make all things new. Our changes even to planets in the universe. Like a brother spoke to me one time, he said, was talking about the red and the green star that they saw that Allah showed to Elijah Muhammad, peace be upon him. Showed it to him. He told him, he says, these two stars have not been seen in 50,000 years, and they will not appear again for the next 50,000 years. So I'm showing them to you, Kareem, talking about the messenger. Yes. Did not we stay in Africa 50,000 years before coming here?
Yes, sir.
Now he's showing him the star of justice with 5 points before anybody else can use it again. It will be another 50,000 years.
Yes. Teach, brother.
Said to the brother, you just don't know what you're talking about.
That's right.
This is the day. So Lazarus could not get back to his brothers to tell them anything at all. Abraham wouldn't let him do it. There's so much that I desire at times to talk to you about. I don't care what part it is, as long as you talk Islam with me. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It is not with me. I might say this or that will happen tomorrow, and Allah has already decreed for that same thing to happen, and it will happen. But did you know it, John? No, because Allah changes sometime. Oh, yes, he do. The teaching messenger will rise up, a messenger from among the dead. The dead people, dead from wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The so-called Negro. Dead. Who was dead but you and me? Think about a man, every time he wants something, he runs to his slave master. Then when he gets it from his slave master, he puts the good deed on a unseen God that he know nothing about and say he did it. God give it to me. How come you had to go then to the devil to get it? God give it to you, why didn't he come and give it to you in a different manner from your own kind instead of getting it from the devil? That's why Master Farad taught Messenger Elijah Muhammad to teach us how to do for self. Because you are God and you have lost everything. Taught us to do for self. Our individuals and nation. If we do as a nation, we have did it for individual. If our nation get land to build and land to have food to grow on it, capital and whatnot on that land, homes, nice beautiful homes on that land, who's going to give it to us? We got to go and get it. And it's right in the earth, everything that we need. And Elijah Muhammad taught us how to go get it and get it.
That's right.
Dead people. He says, and he must be one given the ministership to teach them the way to Allah God. He makes all things new. I say to the world of Islam, bow to him. Bow to Master Farad Muhammad, because he is the one who will make all things new. The Holy Quran teaches us that you shall see all nations bowing down to him who makes all things new. Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever. That's who he's talking about. Make all things new. Study over the name Farad. It is sufficient to warn you that this is not the name that Muhammad prophesies. In fact, Muhammad never saw the God Muhammad, only heard his voice. Holy Quran said Gabriel talked to Muhammad. The messenger gave him that. Said it was God. By the messenger, Gabriel bringing him the word. The Muhammad of the prophecy of the Holy Quran teaches and prophesies of a Muhammad who would get his word from the mouth of Allah God, and not through visions of talking to him and never seen the speaker. So I say to the Arabs world of Islam, prepare. Prepare yourselves for all that you hear coming from the mouth of Messenger Elijah Muhammad here in America. You can accept it or reject it. It would be good if you accept it. Otherwise, you can reject it and meet the fate of those who before you reject a messenger because of their pride, for they wanted to be that which they were not to be. He makes all things new. Thank you, brothers and sisters. That completes our 10 weeks.
Yes, sir.
If you want to rehear it, we have tapes for the whole 10 weeks. I think it's about 20 tapes that is made for this subject. It's long. He makes all things new. You can purchase them as you wish. We have some from the starting here today. I think the secretary has some. He makes all things new. Praise be to He who came in the name of Master Farad Muhammad and given to us such a knowledge that no one can deny. No one cannot say that he did not make all things new. Look what he did. He found you and me
That's right.
in the worst shape that a people could be in. He didn't tell us to go and wait on somebody else to come. He says to us that he would help us to get whatever that we want. And he did. Even in the jails, he didn't tell us to go to serve Allah. On a Sunday, when my mother and my brother visit the jail, me and the messenger and other brothers was there, 15 of us was in the cell block. When she came and my brother, I heard them talking. And I heard my brother Wali Muhammad say to Messenger Elijah Muhammad, he says, the Master told me to tell you, don't worry, he is with you. He didn't say Allah is with you. He said himself is with you. And when we went to court, Galton walked across his stand up there. It looked like he wanted to pull his hair out of his head. As the messenger stand there and looked at him, he even praised the messenger. He says, you is a nice looking young man. He said, you is a good looking young man. In his words of saying, you know. He says, I'm not going to be too hard on you. So, but you got to bear the burden. You got to bear the cross, he says. And the messenger says, well, it is not me. It is Master Farad that taught me. He says again, well, I'm not going to be hard on you. I'm going to give you 6 months on probation. And he didn't serve all the 6 months. And he moved to Chicago. After moving there, as you know, a man is not to move out of a town and on probation by the court. You can't do that. But he did it. And come back every week and report it until they told him, said, that's enough, Elijah. Go ahead on. For 6 months. Not quite the full 6 months did he serve. Then they come and get him and put him in the jail again. Put him in jail in Washington, D.C. Taking him from there, from his sentence there, and for near 5 years, a little better than 4 years, he was in Milan, Michigan Penitentiary. I went there and talked with him in that place. They didn't lock him up because of what they said, and they told him after they let him go. Say, Elijah, we didn't lock you up because you did not register to go to the war. We know you was too old. We know that. Well, why you lock me up then? They said, because we didn't want you out in the streets teaching Islam while we are in war. He said, we even protect you from getting hurt or killed while teaching, while the war going on, teaching Islam. Now you can go, Elijah, and teach your people. Messenger said to me, he says, and when I left, I said, I'm going to make triple time now. And he did. That's what they told him. Didn't want him out in the street teaching Islam while the war was going on. So we know that you was not guilty, but we wanted to protect you. All right, well, the messenger said to me, he says, wherever a messenger is at, if the people knows that he is a messenger, there in that country or city, if anything befalls that place, they are to take care of that messenger. So they put him in prison and kept him till the war was over. Yes. You see, now that is a deed that is good for on the side of the devil, because they took care of the messenger. The same as the harlot did for Samson. After he spent the night with her, she warned him that the Philistines was coming in. When they came in, Samson went out. He ran out. They had locked him into the city, inside of the walls, but Samson got out of there by picking up the gates, being so strong. Just walked up to the gate and picked it up and walked on up the hill and threw the gates down, and Samson was gone. Strong man Samson. That's a sign of you. So my dear ones, brothers and sisters, we're going to start another subject, which I don't know right now. I can't tell you which one. I'll tell you when I get here. I don't know what Allah will do. So with Samson, that was a good deed that she did, and they didn't bother her. And she was a harlot. Same as the harlot woman that was at the well, and there stand a dog licking out his tongue for water. He was thirsty. This is written in the Quran. Licking out his tongue because he was thirsty, and he looking up at her. She took off her shoe and tied a rope of string, it says rope, around her shoe and let it down into the well and pulled it up with water in it and give it to the dog until the dog had got full of water. And Allah, according to the Holy Quran, says this harlot would have a place in paradise. Good deed done to a boot. Couldn't get the water. Didn't have no way to get water. That's right. But they proves it. When you do something good for an animal, he proves it. The animal himself proves it. A man lived next door to me, had a dog. out there, and it was cold weather. It was cold. Ice all over the porch and everywhere there. And he had wind himself up in there. They gone and left the dog outside, and the dog was just shaking. He was all wind up, and that dog was known to bite you if you went close to him. And he kept looking at me, And I'd go back and forward in front of him. And he kept looking at me. And finally I walked over there to him and took the unwind and held up his foot so that he unwind him so he could go free. And when he did, you know how a dog jump back from you to play with you? He takes his front feet, he lay them down just like that and stand on his hind. He ready for playing then, and his tail going just like that. That tail is telling you that he's in peace with you. And that's what that dog did. I said, no, but I ain't ready to play with you yet. They shows it. What they can't do themselves. But don't trust all of them. I'm saying this, what I did that. Don't you trust them all. No. So, Allah blesses you with such thing that you do good to others, like the Holy Quran says. He that submit himself entirely to Allah and is a doer of good to others, he didn't say whether it be an animal or what. And it is a doer of good to others. He has his reward from his Lord. And there is no fear for him, nor shall he grieve. All praise is due to Allah. Now, my dear beloved brothers and sisters, I said I brought the other subject to a close. Now I'm bringing the whole thing to a close because I want to talk with the Muslims that is here for just about 6 or 7 minutes after the others who is not registered Muslims depart. That will be after the prayer, he said. And if you all is a member here, then we all stay here. This is just what I wanted to say. Let me look this over again. Here, you might can stay anyway. Oh yeah, this is the one here that I can talk in. Oh yeah, this ain't nothing. Just listen at it and do as I say. Okay?
Yes, sir.
We are having a minister class here. And it will be on evenings of what we shall choose or what evening it shall be. On the account, I don't want to keep you away from the minister class, you who desire to have come to be a minister. I don't want to keep you away from that class on account of what else is going on, because I want you to have part in everything that is being did. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
So we'll have it on an evening that we shall choose. And you can see Minister Sami to give him what day is best for you. Because either day is all right with me, except today at this hour. This is my day at this hour. We want to have meetings in different places on weekdays somewhere that we can find, or if it should be a Sunday, somewhere that we can find to have meetings some other place so that the people can see you and hear and understand more. Maybe they would like to come someplace else than to come here. All temples do that. A lot of churches used to do that too. So we want to do so. I want everybody, regardless to who it might be, member or non-member, to help us in getting downtown to the Cobo Hall. One time I want to make one lecture in the Cobo Hall. One time. And you'll get back there the next time. Our chairs, I want the brothers to sacrifice, sisters to sacrifice at once in getting the chairs. If we would have any lost found brothers even would help sell our paper so we can get these chairs of paying this $5,000 for them and make this room look far better than what it is, and put carpet over the floor. Make it look much better than what it is. We have the means to get it, and that is Muhammad Speaks Continuous Papers and our book that are written. We would have our temple looking spick and span. That's what we need it to be. And we want brothers and sisters to help. So this is not a closed-in affairs. It's a public affair. If I could get enough brothers outside even that wants to sell Muhammad Speaks paper, we would give to them 25 cents for each paper he or she sells. We would give you 25 cents. And furthermore, we will start you off if you don't have the money. We will start you off with the amount of papers that you would ask for, but never to sell them and go away with the whole amount, because this is we started you off with a paper to sell so that you can do it, because some of the brothers here works too late, or work at night, or some way or another that they can't get to it. But if I can get 25 or 30 brothers to sell the papers, we will have our chairs, our carpet, lights covering like we want to, and make this little room here very beautiful. I asked each brother for $292 each on that debt of what that we are in. I said debt, we haven't paid it, and we haven't got enough money to pay it. But I asked the brothers $292 and the sister whatsoever they could give, so that we could get our chairs. Because if we get our chairs, we have to get them first and take these things up that we have in here, so that the holes of the floor can be covered before putting any carpet over it, because if you put it over the hole, it'll mess up. So we have to put cement down in it to cover it up. And there's quite a few holes in this floor here with these chairs. They have did their part, I think. They have done what I asked them to do. They did everything I asked them to do. Even from letting you sit in them and stay here until they're worn out, and they're worn out. Now, we want to make it nice for our people to come in. We can't say that we have God on our side. And the Christian God don't exist. We can't say that. Not until we prove that we are the God. We have to prove it. The finest building in the country at one time. I don't know the finest one now, but I do know one that is the finest and was the greatest temple in this country at its time. And it took $7 million at the time it was built, to build it. And that is the Masonic Temple down on Temple and Cass. That is some building. Inside of that building, I went inside of that building in 1928. Brother and sister, that is some building. If you would buy that building today, you'd pay $100 million easy. And if I had $100 million, I'd give it to him for it. The outside of it looks a little bad, but all of that other stuff in there is well put together, and it's plenty that you be looking at is stone, precious stone. They have lots of gold in there, a lot of it, a lot of brass in it. That was for the Masons in there. And in one room it looks real heavily like in one of those rooms. You could have went and seen it here not long ago. They would have let you went all over the building. $7 million it cost to build it. Not another one in this country could equal it when it was built. Built by the Swines. Now, what I would like to have is to have all the brothers or whoever would help with our sales of paper to sell 1,000 papers a week. If you sell 1,000 papers a week or more, you would accomplish the beautifying of your temple with your chairs, because they are the cost of 360 chairs, 360 chairs cost us a few pennies more than $5,000, which I showed you the chairs. I showed you everything in them. And I desired not only just the Muslims that's registered here, I desired those that is not Muslims to help us. You know, when King Solomon built his temple, we're going to build this one. We want something good enough to look nice so people come in. And we can't take this dollar and do anything with it to try to save it or whatnot. It's no good as it is. Now, what I'm saying is, we will use money from either source if they would give it to you. But I'm not going to ask white folks for any, but if they give it to them, I'm going to take it. Yeah. One walk up and say, we'll give you so much for building your temple or building your school. I'm going to take it.
Right.
And give you hell if you don't take it. Excuse me from saying that, sister. That's right, because we need it. Can you hear me? We need it to build for self. To build for self. We need a schoolhouse built to keep our children out of this terrible educational system and the way they are learning and not learning in the school. We want it. We want to have a school second to none across the country. That's what I'm saying. It don't have to be a block all the way for the school. Just a start off there, because somebody gonna give you something other to come along. A man gonna come along and build you one by himself, and he'll build you just what you want. He's got enough money to build you just what you want, and he's coming to you to do so. Mark my words. Take a pencil and write them down upon the table of your heart and keep them as an apple of your eye. So if we sell 1,000 papers a week, well, that's not many papers to sell a week. 10 men can do that, right?
That's right.
10 brothers can sell 1,000 papers a week. And help us to do this. Work hard and sacrifice for it. When you sacrifice for what Allah is giving you, you will be more and more stronger in the faith, and he will help you more and more, because we don't get anywhere unless we first help ourselves. Allah says that he helped those who help themselves, although he's able to help you and you don't help yourself. But you got to show something. So let's show something. Because you absolutely have nothing but facts. And the facts that I teach you here is direct from Messenger Elijah Muhammad.
Right.
So I again say, why not try for 3 weeks to get this burden off of our shoulders? Sell 2,000 papers each week. Try anyway. If you don't make it, try. Sacrifice time, not sacrificing going in your pocket. We don't have enough people to go in your pocket to pull out the money that I would like for you to give. We don't have enough people for that. But sacrifice time, and then you can go and sell the papers and the book and let the people on the street help you with it. Now they can, they will buy them. Our paper goes.
That's right.
Muhammad speaks continuous goes, I say. They don't stand around.
That's right.
If they didn't go, I certainly would stop paying a man to print them for me. He prints just what I want in them. Whatever I say put in there, he puts it in there. And that's what I want. There is much to be done to help self. And we can do it. When you get started at it, you will find how Allah helps you in the doing. He'll clothe you, he'll feed you, He give you good homes to stay in, good ones. Give you a nice car to ride in. So, help me to carry this cross. It's heavy. It's heavy. Put Allah in front of you when you pray. Ask Allah. Ask Allah to help you. And He will do it. Otherwise, if you just go for self, little, He will do for you. So my dear beloved brothers and sisters, I don't know if people believe it, but anyway, I'm at the end of this one now. So now, next Sunday will be a total new day. May Allah bless you, grant you your wish. A peaceful night's rest and a happy morning rise. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.